Show you the process we used to measure this deal. We used a shim where we could put it in the groove and mark it, and then we could tell the depth of the groove so we can determine how much extra we need to add to it to give us the proper width. And the bottom one, we want it to fit in the grooves going side to side, and we're going to put it in this first outside groove. So this measurement is 18 and 13/16, and then we add the additional depth that we need, and that gets us to 19 and 3/8. So we're going to need a piece 19 and 3/8, and then our height is measured from here to exactly to right here at this edge. It's 17 and a half. And what'll happen is the piece will actually fall into the bottom groove and it'll slip down here a little bit, but we'll have the finished edge right there. So that'll work out really good. And then this one is kind of the exact opposite. This one, the width has to be the exact measurement because there is not a groove over here, and we have to use the back groove for the screen because the door slides in the front one. So the width on this one is 7 and 3/16. So that's the width of that particular panel. And then at the same time, we use this same shim to figure out what the depth of the groove was so that we knew how much to add to it. And then the height of this one is 9 and 7/16. And then when we added the additional thickness, we're at 9 and 11/16. So that's our sizes for these. So now the process is cut them up and stick them in, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Okay, what I've done is I've gotten a scrap piece of wood from out of the shop that I didn't need, and it is exactly 36 inches long, so the sheet is going to be able to fit exactly on here. And what I'm going to do is double side tape this piece to this piece, and it will allow me to cut it. And I've got the blade set where it's just barely high enough to cut the metal, and it'll go into the wood a little, and it will not tear out the metal. It'll do a clean cut on the metal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape. This is our width of our first piece of the biggest piece. So I'm going to cut the 19 and 3/8 width first. I've got the thing double-sided taped to it. Put on your safety glasses and be careful cutting. Okay, I've got it set to the height of the piece that I need, which is 17 and a half. So it's 19 3/8 wide by 17 and a half tall. I have it still double-sided taped to the deal. It's on the board. Put on your safety goggles. And cut your piece carefully. Now I got it set for the smaller width on the other one, and it's 7 and 9/16. Put on your safety glasses. Okay, this is the 9 and 11/16 cut. Put on your safety goggles. So I put these panels in and they look okay. This particular metal is brown, and originally when we bought it, we thought the brown was going to be okay. And after we put it in here and we look at it, we'd really prefer that it be black. And so what we're going to do is we have some Rust-Oleum satin spray paint that we're going to spray these black, and then we'll put these in, and then I'll show you the finished product after we get them in and they're black. I think it will look quite a bit better with the black. The Home Depot we went to did not have any of this metal in black, and that's one of the reasons we didn't buy black in the first place. The only thing they had, the closest thing to it, was this dark brown. And we, like I said originally, we thought it was going to be okay, and now after putting it in here, we realize that it's actually going to look a little bit better if it is black. So that's what we're going to do. Hi, it's Lewis with Rosebud's Travels. And then I wanted to show you how this metal stuff we added to protect the screen and the screen door worked out. This is painted black now and installed. We have it in 2 locations. There is a blogger, thehandycamper.com, did an explanation of how you can buy a piece of this cut and then you can screw it on to the frame. We decided to not do any screws at all. We wanted it to just simply slip into place in both places, and we wanted both places covered in case this screen was accessible to the dogs. And the screening looks like this. Originally it's brown, came from Home Depot, and like in the last portion of the video, I described that we were going to paint it, and we painted it black with the Rust-Oleum paint and then slipped it in, and that's how it turned out. And it has been tested. This has been on a 5,000-mile trip with the dogs, and also another camping trip also. So it's actually been tested, works great. So I can tell you that doing it this way does work very well. See you in the next video.